What kind of person do you picture if I ask you to think of an entrepreneur? What about a leader? Or maybe a job creator? Would any of them make the cut? What if I told you that we help 10 million young people achieve their goals every year, all over the world? And in turn, they create jobs and prosperity. JA has been preparing young people for successful careers since 1919. You find us all across the globe, in more than 100 countries. We're getting young people ready for work. And we get results. Our students go on to excel as professionals, taking control of their lives and careers, and some even succeed beyond their wildest dreams. JA students learn to do things like balancing a budget, negotiating deals, setting goals, and working in teams. It's hands-on learning from professionals with real-life work experience. All our programs are based in 3 fundamental principles: work readiness, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship. For example, in JA Company program, young people learn how to start and run a business. In JA Job Shadow, a student joins a mentor in a professional work setting. And students in the JA More Than Money program study the ins and outs of earning, spending, and saving. And these are only 3 of the more than 50 different programs that JA offers. Our network of staff, volunteers, and partner schools reaches young people all over the world, from major cities to rural communities and everywhere in between. And it works, because we pay attention to the needs in each region, and then we customize our programs so that JA students will be ready for the job markets they're about to enter. We even customize our own name. But at the end of the day, we're all one JA, JA Worldwide. And the core of our organization is the same everywhere. JA inspires and prepares young people to succeed in a global economy. Whoever they are, wherever they are, JA activates young people for the future of jobs.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Sheila Biggers, and I'm the President and CEO of JABC. I will be your host for the next hour, and I truly hope you enjoy our program. We are broadcasting from ProShow's incredible state-of-the-art studio in Burnaby, which is situated on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, represented by the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I would like to extend my sincere thank you to our co-presenting sponsors, RBC and Fasken. It is an honor to say that RBC and Fasken supported JBC for 2 decades. Thank you to Martin Thibodeau and Will Westering for believing in our vision and supporting our mission. The JBC staff, board, and community are grateful for your generosity. And thank you to all of you who've taken time out of your day to watch us from your homes, offices, and your home offices. Let's take a quick look at the results of our first poll and find out where everyone is joining from. Well, obviously we've got a big crowd from Vancouver, but I'm quite excited to see we've got a couple of people even coming in from the USA. One is, I know who at least one of those people are, and as far north as Prince George and Toronto out in the east. So thank you everyone for joining us. As I understand, we actually have over 300 guests with us today, and I'm very pleased you're here. You are just a fraction of the overall JA community that is made up of thousands of teachers, volunteers, supporters, and most importantly, students and alumni. You are the reason that we are here to celebrate JABC's 65th anniversary. For 65 years, JABC has been inspiring, preparing, and empowering young people for lifelong success. We do this by delivering entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and work readiness programs to youth between grades 4 and 12 all throughout the province of British Columbia. Our programs are delivered by volunteers from the business community, and it's the volunteers that make the difference between a good program and a great program. Volunteers share real-life experience with students, reinforcing what's being learned in the classroom. And of course, all of our programs are free of charge so that any student can access one of our life-changing programs. We are able to provide these courses free of charge because of the incredibly generous contributions of donors and volunteers. With your support and involvement, JABC has been able to innovate for 65 years, create new learning experiences, and reach more youth every single year. Even though we cannot celebrate in person, I am really pleased to be with the JABC community virtually. One of the benefits of hosting this event entirely online is that teachers, donors, volunteers, alumni, and current students from anywhere in BC can join the celebration, as you saw earlier. Thank you for being a part of our story over the years. The pandemic we are living through has brought many things to light, and for me personally, I have learned how resilient and adaptable humans can be, and that there's no limit to what can be achieved when we're working together. By collaborating with partners like you, last year, despite the pandemic, JABC reached over 40,000 youth. We were also able to bring unique and impactful capstone experiences to students in the North, the Interior, Vancouver Island, and the Lower Mainland. And while we're on the topic of students reached, earlier you were asked how many students you think have taken a JABC program since 1955. Let's see what you answered. Okay, we have a range of answers, but I'm pleased to say that the majority of you were actually right. We have reached 800,000 students since 1955, and I really look forward to getting to 1 million. Now, I'd like to remind you about our prize giveaways. So each of you who signed in today, you'll have your name entered into a draw to win one of 2 great prizes. The first is a Vancouver Canucks Heritage jersey signed by Captain Bo Horvat. Fasken is proud to be the official legal counsel to the Vancouver Canucks and has generously donated this jersey to be given away today. The second is a VIP registration package for the RBC Whistler Grand Fondo, generously donated by RBC. We will announce the winners at the end of the program. You know, our goal for this afternoon is that you walk away inspired and hopeful for the future. The nice thing about dealing with youth and working with youth is that we have that sight and optimism despite what's going on now with this global pandemic. So for fun, we're going to give you some of the questions that the students have to take in their programs. Please turn your attention to the 8 questions on your screens. If you don't see them, hit this Slido button. As I mentioned, these questions have been taken directly from JA programs. They're multiple choice. There's only one correct answer for each. I will check in with all of you later to see how you've done. Now, we're going to hear from Maria because she would like to tell you what she's learned while completing the JA Company program.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria Smith and I've recently become a part of the JABC Company Program alumni. When reflecting on my participation this past year in the company program, I've learned and experienced more than I could have ever imagined. I had the incredible opportunity of leading my team, Plancher, through the process of developing our daily notification app with the purpose of helping the environment. Our team was guided through the process by incredible mentors who exposed us to new ways of working, such as design thinking, storytelling, and agile product design. These concepts really strengthened and encouraged my entrepreneurial and innovative thinking. Through my experiences leading my team, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, I learned about the importance of communication and building intentional relationships with my teammates. These skills will contribute to my success in the remainder of my education at the Smith School of Business at Queen's University. Overall, the JABC Company Program has prepared and inspired me in pursuing my education in business as well as a career in entrepreneurship. Thank you so much, JA.
I look forward to finding out what Maria does next. I don't know about you, but when I see people like Maria feeling inspired and confident about the future, excited about what they're learning, I can't help but feel the same way. We're going to be joined today by another really inspiring entrepreneur, Tara Bosch. Curtis Campbell, a JABC board member and the Vice President of Business Markets for the BC region at RBC, will be introducing Tara. As I mentioned earlier, RBC is one of our presenting sponsors. Thank you to Martin and Curtis for your support. Curtis, over to you.
Great, thanks a lot, Sheila, and I'm so pleased to be part of today's event. You know, at RBC, we've got a proud and long-standing relationship in working with JA to enable the work readiness, entrepreneurialism, and financial literacy of BC's youth. Let's face it, the youth is the future of tomorrow. So our investment today is really important. But I got to tell you, it is my pleasure to introduce a very special guest today. You know, at 25, she's the founder of a most popular smart, sweet, low sugar candy, and it's out now sold all over North America. She recently sold the company for $400 million. And just, you know, pause for effect there, because that's outstanding. And she's graciously accepted our invitation to speak with us today, share more about her motivations, inspirations, and hopefully what's next. So without further ado, welcome to Tara Bosch. Tara, it is a pleasure to meet you. And thank you so much for being with us here today and just sharing a little bit of your insights and knowledge with us. And so, you know, it's a really interesting story, right? Like you're 25 years old. You made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. You created this massively successful company, created a product that's absolutely unmatched, did like $100 million in sales last year. Then you sold the company in this tremendous transaction. And we want to hear, you know, what's some of your motivation and inspiration and advice with us today. So maybe we'll just start with what's in your mind. Like, did you ever imagine you'd find success like this? And did you ever think at the age of 25 you'd be doing anything such as this? Over to you for your thoughts.
It's an honor to be part of the event today. So thanks for having me. And yeah, I mean, I think when I was growing up, I really didn't think that I was capable of acting on an idea. I remember watching Dragon's Den religiously and Shark Tank and writing down all the ideas, and then just thinking I wasn't capable of actually acting on them. And it wasn't until I really learned to inject into my mind thoughts that allowed me to believe that I was capable and really discard the opinions of others, that my mindset really began to shift to, well, why not me? And really the sky became the limit to what is possible, which is really cool, I think, when you turn to a place of possibility and belief in yourself.
Yeah. You know, you've got such an interesting story, and I was looking at your website to, you know, get a little bit of an understanding of where you've been and what the motivations were, and creating, you know, the smart sweet candy. You know, it's really inspirational, and you know, the whole notion of, you know, getting that first gummy mold from Amazon and testing recipes in your basement. You know, it seems to be a rite of passage in entrepreneurialism. You need a basement or a garage in order to start things out, or something like that. And so, you know, do you recall the period of time where it got to a point where you're thinking, yeah, I could go big with this and really start selling this in a big way? Do you recall that moment in time?
Yeah, it really came from a conversation I had with my grandmother, who's like my best friend in the world. And growing up, I had loved candy, but I stopped eating it because of how all the excess sugar made me feel about myself. And in this conversation with my grandmother, she shared that she regretted having so much excess sugar over the years because of how it made her feel about herself. So that was really the moment when I paused and I asked myself, well, why doesn't candy you can feel good about exist? And I had such a conviction and really felt like in that moment that the world needs this to exist and that I am going to make this happen. And so that's really what sparked me embarking on the mission to kick sugar and getting the gummy bear mold and beginning to recipe test in my kitchen.
That's great. And you would attest, and I'm sure there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that would attest that, success lies on a bedrock of passion and conviction, if not for a lot of other points of success and key attributes. Obstacles are a normal part of the entrepreneurial journey. What stands out to you as a key obstacle that presented itself, and how'd you overcome it? Over to you for your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think managing my own psychology was probably the biggest obstacle throughout the journey, from acting on the idea in my kitchen to scaling the company with incredible humans and an incredible team. I think in the beginning for me, it was, I remember I would every single day read different quotes and just cling on to those words to really move through the fear and continue taking a step forward and putting one foot in front of the other. And then as the company began growing, it was overcoming the imposter syndrome of like, oh, wow, like, can I do this? And just really going back to what I called mind fuel of intentionally putting in my brain. But one quote in particular that really resonated that I would read every day was stick with me, young brother or sister, for you are suffering from nothing more than lack of experience and confusion, two conditions that will pass with time and whose passing can be expedited through fierce determination and application. And sometimes I would read that quote like 30 times a day if I was really petrified on that particular day to continue moving one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. And there's something to be said about embracing your fears, because if you're truly comfortable and complacent all the time, you're just not taking the necessary risks to move yourself forward in a successful fashion. And as you illustrate, we don't always get there alone. Like entrepreneurs commonly need to rely on folks, counsel, mentors, just those key influential people around us that provide that guidance and mentorship. So does anybody stand out? Like, was there an individual or a couple that really provided that key counsel or advice and calming effect that allowed you to progress through that entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the really cool things about being a young entrepreneur in particular are there are so many resources and access to support out there to meet incredible humans that really want to see you succeed and really get behind the vision and be part of that. And so, I mean, everything from conversations where it was just one phone call and someone was sharing their journey and it caused me to pause or inspired an idea, to folks who were more actively involved in the company on a day-to-day basis. I was really fortunate to meet two incredible humans, Judy Brooks and Eric Patel, who became our informal board and then our formal board. But I think it's really cool when you're passionate about something that people are attracted to that. It's almost like a magnet, and they want to be part of helping you build that and are willing to give you their time and energy.
Yeah, you absolutely exude great enthusiasm, and we all know that enthusiasm is that magnetic quality that allows successful people to draw more successful people. So fantastic. And so what's next, right? Like, you've accomplished so much, and you're not going to stop here. So what's next for you on the horizon?
Yeah, I mean, I think well, part of it is really continuing to be part of Smart Sweets and continuing to build the mission to kick sugar. The vision is really to be the global leader in revolutionizing candy, and we exist in North America today. But then also in my next chapter, I've been so fortunate to have the growth that Smart Sweets has had. So to support other young entrepreneurs' journeys in any way that I can, and pass it forward.
Yeah, fantastic. Sounds like you're really throwing down the challenge there to the incumbents and saying, look out, we've got a better way, and we're going to make a difference. So, Tara, thanks for sharing. And as in the place that we are right now, Junior Achievement BC, we're celebrating our 65th anniversary this year. We're in the business of inspiring, empowering, motivating youth for success. So what do you say? what do you say to the younger viewers in the audience right now, watching, listening eagerly, having a dream of starting their own business? What's your comment to them? What's your advice?
Yeah, I mean, well, firstly, I would say that's amazing that you are part of this program. And so good for you for taking that active step to surround yourself with this community and resources and knowledge. And I think one of the things that I wish that I knew when I began Smart Suite's journey, and it's been really interesting to see and grow in the company, that nobody really has it figured out. And there's not really one moment where you feel like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing, but it's the people that continue to put one foot in front of the other and are committed to moving through the fear and all of the other challenges and hurdles that make it work. And then I would say as well, in building Smart Suites, it's encouraged this thought in me as well to think big and then think bigger, because anything is possible and you are capable of achieving your wildest dreams and bringing your visions to life to impact the world in a positive way. So to also continue to challenge yourself to think even bigger and surround yourself with people who encourage that thinking as well.
Wow, in just that small amount of commentary, Tara, you may never know the inspiration that you have just ignited in the hearts and minds of some of our audience members, because what you say is so true. And thank you so much again, Tara, for joining us today. It's such an inspirational story and journey that you've shared with us today. And I am, speaking on behalf of all of our viewers today, very excited to see what the next chapter for you holds, as no doubt with all you've accomplished, there's more to come. So thank you very much for joining us today. And now let's hear from some more of our achievers. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. We're Kevin and Alyssa. We participated in the JA Company program, and we're so excited to share more about our experiences with all of you. We currently run a sustainable business called Succeed, where we produce seed paper, a biodegradable material with seeds ingrained into it that germinates into plants after use. By reusing existing waste materials and organic materials, such as coffee grounds, waste paper, mushroom mycelium, and cornstarch, we hope to create a circular economy in our communities and drive our communities to be paper wasteless. This is very important to us because our environment is already deteriorating, and it will be up to us to fix this problem, which is why we want to spread awareness and start bringing change now.
Our team first met at the JABC Company program, which is where everything started. During the program, we received much guidance with long-lasting support even until today. JABC has allowed us to form valuable connections that are aiding us in the startup process. We were able to pitch our business as part of Discover Your Pitch, and we're inspired to continue with the business today even after the end of the program. Because of JA, we were able to build a good foundation for Succeed before starting the venture on our own, and also apply the information we have learned from the sessions to our current work.
In conclusion, we would say that without JABC, we would not be where we are today. So thank you, and happy Christmas, everyone.
Wow, thank you, Tara. I actually took notes. You were so inspirational. And the question that I really enjoyed that you asked yourself, and I would challenge everyone to ask themselves, is why not me? And, building on what you said about trying to do something that was good, make something that's bad good, listening to our other alum, the thing that I found so remarkable and that I continue to find so amazing about our students is that everyone seems to want to impact the world in a positive way. We have young people putting energy into dreaming up businesses and coming up with companies that are designed to make the world a better place. So that's our future, and now we're going to go back in time. In case you didn't know, JA Worldwide was founded in 1919. And in 1955, JABC was actually established as the first charter outside of the United States. I am very excited to share that we've recently been in touch with an alumnus from 1958, and he has a very special message to share. Please take a look.
Welcome to Tucson, here at the University of Arizona's Eller College of Management. I'm Dr. Kenneth Smith, Professor of Economics and former Dean. I am pleased to participate in this event to celebrate the 65th anniversary of the founding of JA in Vancouver. I'd like to give you a brief snapshot of how I got from the east side of Vancouver to Tucson and the significant contribution of JA to that journey. In my life, the founding of JA happened just in time. I was in the 11th grade at Killarney High School in 1958 when Executive Director Roy Twyman gave a talk about JA in an assembly. Along with two friends, we decided to give it a shot. Traveling the 11 miles to the JA location on Water Street, next to the railroad station, we were assigned to different companies, groups of 15 students from all over Vancouver. Each company had 3 executive advisors who were employees of the corporate sponsor, one each for production, sales, and administration. The advisors had brought a suggested product idea. In my first company, the suggested product was called a do-all dolly, a simple 9-inch by 15-inch padded piece of plywood with coasters. It could be knelt on for doing floors or for moving furniture. At $3 each, we produced and sold 350 and won the award for most sales. Another unique component of JA in this early period were conference gatherings attended by participants from JA programs in Vancouver, New Westminster, Seattle, Tacoma, Spokane, and Portland. Hosted by one of the programs, participants were billeted out to those in the host community. Through the programs and conferences, my world went from the east side of Vancouver to friendships across the city and around the Northwest. The result of these relationships was my undergraduate degree from the University of Washington, and from there to Northwestern University for a PhD in economics. After academic appointments at the University of Wisconsin in Madison and back at Northwestern, in 1980, I became Dean of the Business School at the University of Arizona. In my mind, my journey was all the result of the experiences in JA. JA brings so much to students. First, it provides economic education, introducing students to the power of the free market system in improving the lives of our communities. It also promotes financial literacy, which can play a big role in how each student manages their life. And it gets them thinking about careers, which can motivate them to take school seriously and plan for college. It can also sow the seeds of entrepreneurship and innovation, which are the real drivers of our prosperity. Finally, JA can develop leaders. This was so much an important part of my own experience. Let me end with a message that I've learned in my career as Dean of the Eller College. I was able to build the college's reputation with significant private support, including half of the $20 million cost of this building, and the development of a nationally ranked entrepreneurship program. I told her supporters it was harder to spend money well than it was to raise it. And if you spend it well on initiatives that are exciting and successful, then the support would be willingly provided by those who cared about your success. In my brief reintroduction to today's JABC, I've concluded that they have ambitious strategies to make JA more important than ever. Just as corporate sponsors and teams of executive advisors contributed to my life's journey, We must assure that this generation of young people benefit from JA programs that will prepare them for their own successful journey. I intend to pay back on JA's investment in me. I am pleased to say I'm contributing $1,000 to JABC and look forward to other ways I can contribute in the future. I hope you will agree that these commitments are important and can make a difference. Thank you for letting me join this special program.
I have so little that I can say after Kenneth gave his overview of JA and the impact that it has on young people. Kenneth, thank you for sharing your journey with us, and thank you very much for your contribution. Your support and the support of all of our sponsors means so much right now, because it's never been more important for youth to receive programs like ours, given what we're living through. All right, now for some fun, let's check in to see how you did on your test questions. I hope that as you went through these questions, you felt confident and more confident about what we give to the students, more confident about your future, knowing that the students who take our programs are learning fundamentals that will set them up for success. So let's go to the first question. I have some help today from the younger members of our JABC community.
As a part of JA's programs, students are asked to consider the UN Sustainable Development Goals when coming up with their business. How many goals are there?
All right, do I get to see the answers? No? Okay, oh, there we go. All right, well, actually, look at that. Most of you got the answer right. It is 17. Next question, please.
Which one of these is not the cause for occupations to trend up and down over time?
Excellent audience participation again. 72% of you got that one right. The answer is the stock market. Next question, please.
Which of these is an actual job that existed long ago?
Okay, I'm really impressed that so many of you got this, although I guess there's some pretty obvious answers there, but the human alarm clock is the correct answer. Next question, please.
When putting together a business plan, which of these should not be included?
Well done, audience. 89% of you got the right answer, an exit strategy. Next question, please.
What are the two main types of shares?
73% common shares and preferred shares are the correct answer. Next question, please.
What do you call the market when stock prices are falling?
81% of you, well done. Bear market. Next question, please.
It's common to have multiple types of debt. Which type of debt do you pay off first?
95% of you, excellent. Credit card debt, by far the debt you should pay off first. Next question, please.
Which investment vehicle is the least risky?
Yes, the least risky is certainly a Canada Savings Bond. 65% had the answer correct there. So as you can see, the students are learning some really fundamental pieces of information that will set them up for making good decisions later on in their life. Thank you so much for participating. To inspire you a little bit more, I'm going to ask you to tune in and listen to some more comments from our young alumni.
Because of JA, I've learned that a business education is absolutely what I want to pursue. And I've learned the leadership, critical thinking, and communication skills to succeed as I go. I'm excited to tackle my post-secondary future, as JA has shown me that I can achieve anything.
Because of JA, I found a network of individuals who are very passionate and hardworking, and I look forward to continue building those relationships.
Because of JABC, I've gained so many skills like presenting, leadership, and teamwork skills, as well as skills that will help me pursue a future career in business.
Because of JA, I've learned how much I love working in teams, and I'm even more inspired now to start my own company, especially tech-focused.
Because of JA, we
honed our business skills for finance and communication,
developed stronger relationships with each other and with our mentors,
and discovered a new passion for business.
Thank you, JA.
Because of JA, I decided to pursue a business major, and I don't think I would have done this if it weren't for the company program or being able to meet all the amazing JA mentors along the way.
Congratulations, JABC, on your 65th anniversary. It's been 12 years since I had my first JA class, and because of JA, I've decided to pursue business as both a career and an avenue to make impact. Thank you, and here's to many more.
For 65 years, teachers have been inviting JABC into classrooms to enhance learning and introduce role models to students. Toby Nowak is a teacher in Parksville, and he's going to tell you why he brings JA programs into his classrooms.
Happy 65th birthday, Junior Achievement. It was 22 years ago that I was introduced to Junior Achievement through Barb Jones, who ran and operated the Titan Business Game, which is an online business simulation where students would be able to apply the theory that they used in business classrooms into real-life situations where they had to make decisions on price, production, marketing, capital investment, research and development, just to name a few. The program was well received at our school, and a lot of my students even like to play it outside of school as well. Fast forward to 2015, and I moved to Vancouver Island and was working at an alternate school at the time, and I had a few keen students that really wanted to play it. So they played first in the winter competition and got their feet wet, so to speak, and learned a lot. And then in the spring, they were able to take what they've learned and use it to actually win the competition. And they survived a price war to do it. And the looks on their faces, the confidence that they had, the belief in themselves was just amazing to watch and see. And in fact, they were nominated as Entrepreneurs of the Year through the Chamber of Commerce in Parksville. So just an incredible experience from Junior Achievement that they will remember for the rest of their lives. So it's been very successful over the past few years, and it's owed all to Junior Achievement, who have really been beside me throughout my teaching career from day one. And I just can't say enough about them and how important it is for all students to get that kind of education. Special thanks to Barb Jones, Gail Stroud, Deborah Wakeham, Richard Goodenough, and others who have made my experience with Junior Achievement so positive. I thank you very much, and look forward to working with Junior Achievement in the years to come.
Toby, thank you so much for your kind words, and thank you for inviting JA programs into your classroom year over year. We simply couldn't do what we do without you. As Toby mentioned, volunteers bring JA programs to life, and each year approximately 800 volunteers deliver programs to BC's youth. I'd also like to thank our volunteers for making the JA programs unique and truly impactful.
Thank you for helping me develop a business plan, as I gained a lot of knowledge from this experience.
Thank you for teaching me about adaptability.
Thank you for teaching me about financial literacy. Finances are the backbone of any business, and if you can understand them, you can bring a whole new level of responsibility to your work.
Thank you for helping me expand my worldview, which will help me greatly in the future.
Thank you for teaching me about learnability.
Thank you for teaching me the skill of leadership. I now know that being a leader isn't about telling people what to do, but guiding them towards success in what they want to do. And I know this is going to be crucial in my future.
Thank you for educating me on project management.
Thank you for helping me with teamwork, as I am now able to work with different people of different backgrounds.
Once again, thank you, volunteers. You really are the heart of JA. I think all of you watching today would agree that all youth should have access to a JA program. That is why, in honor of our 65th anniversary, we are asking donors to help us reach 65 new schools with financial literacy programs by adopting a school. Here to talk about how we are going to do this is Fred Withers. Fred is a JA alumnus, sits on the JABC board, and was the inspiration behind this initiative. Let's take a look.
Thank you, Sheila, and congratulations to JABC on its 65th anniversary. It was 50-odd years ago that as a high school student in Trail, BC, I participated in a JABC company program. Today, as I reflect on my experiences in that program, it is crystal clear to me that the introduction to business and financial literacy that the program provided was a significant influence in me pursuing a business degree at UBC and a career as a chartered accountant, and why today I'm proud to be a member of the board of JABC and excited about the Adopt a School campaign. The COVID-19 pandemic has shone a light on the financial struggles of many Canadians. Financial literacy is a start to helping address these struggles. Studies have shown that children and youth who begin receiving financial literacy education at a young age feel they are equipped to make better decisions when it comes to money at all stages of their lives. This is the work of JABC, promoting financial health and skills, teaching children and youth to build resilience through preparing and managing a budget, paying bills, saving for education, or starting a company. JABC's financial literacy programs continue to be in high demand by educators across our province. When in-class instruction was suspended in March due to the pandemic, JABC transitioned all of its programs online, providing students the opportunity to continue to receive financial literacy education. What I did not appreciate those many years ago when I was participating in a JABC program was that it was the financial contributions of individuals and corporations in Trail that made the program in my school possible. Through the Adopt a School campaign, you have the opportunity to bring a financial literacy program to a school of your choice. Perhaps it's the elementary or high school you attended, or the school your children or grandchildren are attending, or a school in your community that you know would benefit from a financial literacy program. What your investment covers is the cost of program materials and the recruiting and training of volunteers to assist teachers in delivering the programs. Your return on investment is the gift of financial literacy education to a child or youth, helping equip them to financially manage and thrive in an ever-changing world. You can adopt a class for as little as $500. Even better, your investment will be matched by the Geyer family, so that all adoptions until the end of December will have double the reach and double the return. Like so many of you, and as a father of 4 daughters, I care about the economic opportunities for youth and supporting the well-being of my local community. I'm proud to tell you that my wife and I will be adopting a school in our community of New Westminster. I hope you will consider joining us by making your own investment in the financial literacy education of children and youth at a school of your choice. To get started, simply contact a member of the JABC team or visit us online at jabc.ca. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred, and I'm excited to say that my husband and I are also adopting a school. We have one more important speaker to hear from today. As I mentioned earlier in the program, Fasken has been a supporter of JABC for over 2 decades. We are incredibly grateful to have their continued support and that Fasken is standing with us in these unusual times. Here's a message from Will Westering, managing partner at Fasken.
Thank you, Sheila, and good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to represent my colleagues from Fasken and join in today's celebration of JABC's 65th anniversary. Congratulations are certainly warranted on this incredible achievement. 65 years of JABC demonstrating continued growth, innovation, and resilience. Their programs provide youth with the skills and knowledge that will enable them to navigate challenging economic times, such as the one we are facing today, and encourages them to look for opportunities and different ways of doing things. JABC consistently works with and responds to the business community, which has come to rely on the valuable and important education they provide our young leaders and future workforce. As BC's largest law firm, with offices in Vancouver and now Surrey too, we at Fasken pride ourselves on making community involvement a top priority. We are extremely proud of our affiliation with JABC. From its inception, we have sponsored the Business Laureates of BC Hall of Fame Gala because we strongly support honoring those who helped build our amazing province. As well, we strongly support JABC's mandate to provide access to life-changing programs to BC youth, all at no cost to students and schools. We believe all youth should have access to education that prepares them for the future and their own economic success. I would like to thank everyone who is joining in today's celebration. Each of you has a part to play in JABC's story. Whether it's sponsoring a program, volunteering to deliver a program, or if you are an educator, inviting us into your classrooms. By working collaboratively, we have been able to reach close to 1 million youth since JABC began in 1955. This is extraordinary. Once again, congratulations to JABC on your 65th anniversary. And thank you to all of you for joining us today and for continuing to be part of the JABC community.
Will, thank you. And thank you for mentioning the Business Laureates of BC Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, JABC had to postpone the celebration of the 2020 inductees. The Business Laureates of BC Hall of Fame was created in 2005 to celebrate BC's business leaders. Each year, just a few exceptional individuals are inducted into the Hall of Fame at a gala dinner. We were saddened that we had to delay the gala, which was to be held last May, but it was the prudent thing to do. JABC is committed to celebrating and honoring these outstanding individuals in due course, so stay tuned. I would like to remind you who the 2020 Laureate inductees are, in no particular order. Inductee Gordon Robert Diamond is the chair of West Coast Reduction and Osterville Properties. He is an entrepreneur, a highly successful business leader, and perhaps best known for his incredible philanthropic work in the community. Inductee Chief Clarence Louie is the CEO of the Osoyoos Indian Band Development Corporation. The Osoyoos Band has become a multifaceted corporation under his leadership that has spurred tremendous economic growth in the region and employs hundreds of workers. The band has become a model for sustainable business development and socioeconomic development. And inductees Aaron and Ratna Stevens are the co-founders and co-CEOs of Nature's Path Foods. Nature's Path Foods has grown to become North America's largest independent certified organic breakfast and snack food company, while committing to its mission of leaving the earth better than they found it. In addition, because 2020 was the 15th year of the Hall of Fame, JABC included 10 posthumous Pioneer Laureates. You can learn more about the Hall of Fame and the inductees by visiting businesslaureatesbc.org. You can also visit the Hall of Fame site in person, physically distancing, at the Vancouver Convention Centre West. But be sure to listen to Dr. Bonnie Henry before you go. And now it's time to announce the winners of our door prizes. So we're going to use a random picker to determine who our winners are. Okay. The winner of the VIP registration package for the RBC Whistler Grand Fondo is Elaine Cam. Congratulations, Elaine. And the winner of the signed Canucks Heritage jersey is Aaron Kabils. Congratulations to both of you, and thank you for being here today. I have one more very important thank you, and that is to the team at JABC. Without a doubt, you are the heart and soul of this organization. You have all chosen to dedicate your career to helping youth be the best that they can be. When it became apparent last spring that we weren't going to send volunteers into the classroom, you stepped up to make those programs available virtually. And more importantly, you stayed with JABC during the challenging times that we had over the spring and the summer. Because of you, JABC is able to serve teachers this year, despite the challenges teachers are facing when they try and educate their students. Thank you for your energy, thank you for your dedication, and thank you for your inspiration. Thank you, Nancy, Deborah, Delreen, Christian, Susan, Carrie, Rosine, Aisha, Cheryl, Patrick, Avni, Esther, Soraya, Wafa, Samita, Glenn, Marvely, Susan, Teresa, Jason, Alana, Heather, Tyrone, and Kara. You are JABC. We are almost at the end of the program. I would like to once again thank today's presenting sponsors, RBC and Fasken. And we have a few other sponsors who've made today possible. So thank you to CAI Funds, Nurse Next Door, and Fort Capital. Also, thank you to the team at ProShow who's producing today's broadcast. And thank you to all of you for taking an hour out of your day to celebrate and mark our 65th anniversary. Your belief in JABC keeps us and keeps me motivated during this pandemic. I am optimistic that the future is bright for BC's youth, and JABC will do our part to make it so. If you would like to support the delivery of JA programs, please click the donate button on your screen. If you would like to volunteer, please visit the volunteer section of the JABC website. And yes, because it's COVID-19, you can visit a class virtually. Thank you again, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day.